Hey, what's up, comic book fans? Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And of course, fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back, everybody. And we're getting ready to do another comic book review. And the next comic book that we're going to be talking about today is The Superior Spider Man Goblin Nation Part 2. Now, the last issue was basically a setup issue to get everything in motion. You know, Green Goblin and Superior Spider-Man sat across from each other at the table, looking at each other, and Green Goblin's sitting there going, "I have a proposition for you, my friend. Join me, and we can rule the city together." And of course, Superior Spider-Man backed away, and he said no. As soon as that happened, all chaos breaks loose. And that happens in this issue. And as a reader in this issue, you're going to feel that chaos and all that tension starting to mount. And yeah, there was a lot going on in this issue. So this is issue number 28, part 2 of Goblin Nation. Dan Slott is our writer. Giuseppe Agamacoli is the artist on this particular story arc. He is that third rotating artist on Superior Spider-Man, and the art is good, but at times it doesn't fit certain characters' expressions. You have pages like this that are in the art, in the art are fantastic and beautiful. You have Spider Patrol guy, right here in the book as well. Kind of scary. He's been murdered. It looks good. But when you go into certain characters' faces, it just doesn't match up at times. In one instance here, I'll show you is Mary Jane, and it makes her look dark and evil, and this kind of made Peter Parker look evil in the last issue, the way his face was too. But it was right here where I just don't agree with the facial expression in the actual artwork there. But overall, I do like his artwork. It is solid. It's dark in certain ways, but it's great in others. It's weird. But I've seen a lot worse. Anyway, so what did I think of this particular story? Well, first off, it was chaos and it was full of stuff going on in here. And as a reader, I think there's lots of things to look forward to, but you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed because there was so much going on in this issue. And we'll walk through some of it together. There will be some spoilers, so if you want to catch this review after you read the issue, then go ahead, read your issue, and then come back and re-watch my review. Okay, so we all know that Spider Island is being attacked, and everything is just being bombarded in the particular issue. The Goblin Nation basically attacks it. Spider-Man has to, go away on a boat, and he's going away. He's escaping from everybody, and so you get to see that. And then in the actual issue, you get to dive into Dr. Octavius's memories, because in the last issue we get to see Peter trying to hide from Dr. Octopus, within the mind. So he goes into Dr. Octopus's mind, and he's reliving every memory that Dr. Octopus has had, and Peter's struggling to be himself, remember himself, so his memory doesn't get absorbed into Dr. Octopus's. So it's pretty wild stuff, and it's great to see all this past history and things like that with Otto Octavius's father and his relationships with girls, and how he learned things, how science got him by, and made, how he was really smart. So it was interesting to see that. In the issue, again, you get to see now the whole thing with Mayor J. Jonah Jameson, on how he brings back the Spider Slayers, or the Spider Patrol. Really a great throwback to, classics. Amazing Spider-Man, where they put J. Jonah Jameson's face on the Spider Slayers robots. So they did a real, throwback to that as well. And then you get to see Mary Jane thrown in the whole mix here too, as she's watching everything pan out on TV, and she's with that. I think it's that firefighters. that she's dating, and they're over watching TV together, and then all hell breaks loose. Like the goblins are going all over the place, and they want to capture Mary Jane. And it's funny seeing the boyfriend trying to protect her. And then the best moment in this issue that I thought my favorite moment in here was Mary Jane does something, and she goes out and tries to stop these goblin kids or whatever they are, and you see her go into this secret safe. And again, spoiler in case you guys don't want to see this, just fast forward a few seconds. But she goes into this secret safe, and she winds up pulling out the web shooters, and she goes on. I'm like, what? She's putting on the web shooters. How cool is that? And she winds up webbing some of the goblin kids, and you're just like, no way, that's awesome. That's the best thing Mary Jane has done since the beginning of Superior Spider-Man. I thought that was great. And then you get to see a whole bunch of crazy dialogue and interactions between Miss Jaffe, and you get to see the Wraith in here, and then you get to see the return of Carly Cooper, but as a goblin. And then you get to see her interactions with Peter as well, which is something that I don't want to spoil because you're going to have to read that for yourself. And then you get to see more struggles between Peter Parker remembering who he is and Dr. Otto Octavius. And this is when the art really shines for me in this issue. I thought it was great, and how Peter is struggling to remember who he is in here. But this book was fun. And then at the very end of this issue, you get to see Menace involved, and she is talking with Anna Maria, which is Dr. Otto Octavius's girlfriend. So lots of crazy things going on in this issue, just all kinds of chaos. I thought there was a lot of things to read here. A lot was going on. You might feel a little bit overwhelmed as a reader, but I can't wait until this whole thing ends. Like there's so many questions to be answered, and that's what made this issue really good for me. I think again maybe they just overwhelmed you with too much, but it's all great stuff. And my favorite thing was Mary Jane in here webbing some goblins. I did not expect that in this issue, but it's going to be interesting the interaction between Peter and Carly Cooper on how that's going to turn out. What's going to happen with Anna Maria and Menace. There's lots of things here that's going to happen, and it really looks like now Mary Jane is going to play a larger part, and she figured out things for once. So yeah, really great stuff. I can't wait to see what happens. This issue set things into motion now. We're not at a stalemate anymore. There's lots of questions here to be answered, and again, I cannot wait to see what happens in part 3. So guys, leave me your comments. What'd you think of this actual issue? Are you happy that Mary Jane is involved in the series again? What's going to happen with everything? Tell me your favorite parts. So guys, I'm going to give this book a 4 out of 5. And as always, guys, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0 and into the next comic book review. This is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.